Okay. All right, it says I'm live. Am I live, you guys? Are you there? Oopsie daisy. And it looks like everything's working fine this time in YouTube land as far as it telling me what's going on and all of that. Excuse me. Hey Armand, how's it going? Shadow hide me. What shadow? Okay, okay. I didn't know what shadow hide me meant. Or shadow hide you meant. I don't know. Well, but okay. So how is everybody tonight? So how many of you seen the most recent video that was the mind test one? And what do you guys think about it? I'm pretty pleased with its response. I mean, a lot of people have been watching it and, liking it. Although some people are making fun of me for being, pretty clumsy at playing the game. But yeah, it's all right. But anyway, I'm pretty pleased with it. It was fun to do. I think it'll be a fun, because it's going to be a regular feature, I think. People seem to like it, so. Anyway, how many people are there among us? Just 13, okay. Yeah, but see, I don't know. I think I'm okay with it being that I'm going to be a little bit of a bumbling fool at the beginning, right? I think it'll make for better ASMR, right? Because I'll just go slow and I'll go long and I'll, Oh, I'm going to make a building video. Don't worry about that. My plan is, I'll probably talk about it inside of the next video too, but I'm going to, I'll just go ahead and give you some of my, hang on. Anyway, my plan is that I'm going to spend the next at least one episode, if not maybe two more. I just want to walk around and try to see is what I, because there's like that beach area and there's that kind of woodsy sort of area that's kind of next to the beach where there's that river and stuff, right? And that's about all I've seen, so I was going to try and see if there was more, if there's just more places. I mean, I don't know how big the world is there. I don't know if I'm going to get so detailed as to like trying to make a map of it or anything like that. But I am going to just try to wander around a bit just to see what's around. And then I'm going to try to figure out how to build stuff. But I'm not really going to watch tutorials or read manuals or anything except for when I'm doing it. Like when I'm doing that, I'll be recording me doing it. You know what I mean? So you guys will see me be, you know what I mean? So, so all of my foolishness and whatever will be on display. But I think it'll make it be, I don't know, it just seems like it'll be more of an honest video. And if I keep it slow paced, I know sometimes I tend to get a little, kind of amped up. But if I can keep it slow paced, that I think it'll make for good ASMR. So I'm pretty pleased with it. Anyway, let's see what we have. Dominator, I don't really know. I think I am in create mode. And I think I remember clicking a box. I think that's why I could drop and not die in that one part. Is I think I remember now that actually it's not just now, but I remember after I finished doing the video, I remembered seeing a thing that said something about damage, and I was kind of going, I wonder what that's about. And because I think I turned it off, and I think that's what that was. So I think is when I'm in building or create mode, I'm wondering if here's the rationale. Is it when you're doing that, you don't want to be, taking damage because you're just trying to, get things done. So I'll probably, so that's my plan, right, to wander around, and then I'm going to learn to build things, and then I'll, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, Yeah, you know, I'm not, because I don't, yeah, Matthew, I don't, I clearly don't know enough about the game to offer any kind of tutorial, right? See, I'm fine giving you a tutorial on Codebreaker, but it's clear that I'm really, really good at Codebreaker. Um, you know, but it's obviously not the case with this. But so many people had asked me to play Minecraft, and then when I came across this, I was like, you know, and then the idea came into my head, I'm not going to learn to play it. I'm just going to record myself, you know. So, you know, after I loaded it up and I kind of started it, I was like, no, I'm going to stop. I'm not doing anything. And then, well, then you guys have seen, you know. So if you've watched the video, you've seen, you know, I don't open it up anymore until, you know. Oh, that's not true. I did open it up after I finished recording this last one, but that's because I wanted to go get a screen capture to do for the thumbnail. And it seemed easier to just do it that way rather than to go try to find it in the video, you know. Yeah, rational. That's my plan. Yeah, I'm going to actually try to build a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to build, what I'd like to have is like a little town or something I'll just leave it basically, probably, I don't know if I'll ever turn it into a game to be played, although I might consider that. But my initial plan is to just build a place that's got, I don't know, I thought about having like an amphitheater type thing, and then maybe like a lecture hall, or or a place for fellowship, or worship type place or something, and just weird places where people gather, right? But just have them just big empty places, because I like the whole liminal space thing, and I think that could be really good ASMR. But so I want to try to build a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll see how that goes. So, but then after that, I don't know. And then at some point, I think maybe I'll actually just try and actually play the game as a player. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think just farting around and then building things will be months and months worth of material, So, anyway, let me see if I got that. Thank you, Random Productions. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I think it's more or less on par with Billy Gibbons, but two Bills with beards, right? Anyway, I'm sure there's more of us out there. Here, I'm gonna have a little bit of tea. My throat's been. Okay, since we're here doing this, I think I'm going to, well, okay, let's see how many people are here. All right, there's 14 people. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10 after. All right, I'll give it 5 more minutes, and then I'll click off the evil timer. Well, I'm out of the chicory, so now I'm gonna have to order some more, and so yeah, I like it. I kind of have figured out how to, how much I put in the thing and how long I let it steep for, and then I like to add just the tiniest bit of sugar and a fair amount of cream, and I like it quite a bit. Leland Sklar, yeah. Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Leland. He's a dude. He is a dude, man. He can do what he does. He plays like and with just about everybody too, right? Okay, you know what? So I'm gonna do. Man, I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me move this over here for the moment. And I'm going to switch to this thing here like this. Although that looks weirdly silly, doesn't it? Although if I look back this way, does that look like I'm looking at the puzzle kind of, sort of, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Alright, so here's where I am. Is this like that? Let me get the key over here. Alright. going to do, let me take that off. Because people had made suggestions of, here, let me do this, I guess. Thank you, let me go to here. I think it's, what is it? I named it silly, like something like word triples or something. Where did I put it? Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Oh man, I have misplaced it. Sometimes I get too clever for myself. All right. Here we go. Okay, so okay. Here it is. Somebody suggested that I do spare, count, and blimey. Right? Spare, count, and blimey. And okay, let's see what we got there. Hey Dylan, how's it going? A grand quest. I'll give it some thought. From an Elder Scroll. I haven't played any Elder Scroll. I don't know. Is there a way to make the timer less bright? I don't think so. Let me go back to here. I don't think the timer has a dark mode. So no, sorry. I'll try to see about doing something about that. Nobody's even mentioned it before. So I'll see. There's a different, I don't know. Yeah, I'll see if there's probably something I could do. Anyway. No, okay, let's just stay here, and then let me go back to, where is this? Right on, Dylan. Oh yeah, I guess, but then you guys, the point of having the timer really was not just for me to keep, for myself, but I decided to make it visible to you guys because so many people show up, like late, and I wanted people to, like, when they showed up, be able to see how much time there was left so they could go, oh, I showed up so late, forget it, I'm not going to bother. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So people, just make sure that people, had reasonably set expectations. But I don't know if enough people really don't, want to see it. Then I'll just go back to having it be where I'm the only one who sees it. But it'll still be happening. Oh, dude, Dylan, right on. So, do I have where you're going to be broadcasting it? Have you sent me, like, is it just going to be on your Dylan34 channel? Is that where we're going? Well, just send me a link, and I'll put it up on my community page, and I'll post it on my Facebook, so people will say, hey, this is a dude that watches my stuff. Check him out. I don't know if I have, any kind of real reach or power, but, I don't know, maybe a couple of people, better than nothing, yeah. Anyway, so let me get back to trying to play this game. What is that? Crisp on the second one? Oops, I'm in the wrong window. Here we go. Crisp, there we go. And Yeah, sure, no problem, Dylan. Dude, you know, humans have to help humans, Rob, right? Hey, Jack. Well, I'm glad I could help, Jack. That's fantastic. And thanks for showing up on a live stream, man. I hope you enjoy yourself here this evening in our weird little whatever this is that we do. Although if you've seen it, you know, in the replay, that's fine, and you know what's up. But I don't know. See, when I use other word triples that I'm not used to, my brain, because I'm used to seeing what I'm used to, you know. So my brain has kind of adapted a kind of a built-in strategy of, I think that one over there is Mercy. Is that Axion, maybe? Down there on the end? Yep, okay. What is that one? I was going to say sleep, but maybe it's sweep. Yep, okay. So it's not doing too bad, but I got to figure out some word to get. All right, let me look over here. What is this? So it's going to be nope. Otter? Nope. Offer. There we go. Do I have enough guesses to get what I have? I have 3 spaces and I may have 4 spaces and 3 to get. Oh, what do we have here? Some aliens. Sure, that would be all right. What's my favorite band/song? I don't know if I could single it out to a single thing. It depends. I mean, I like a pretty broad variety of stuff, you know what I mean? So it kind of depends on where my head's at, right? I mean, 1 a.m. in Brazil. Well, man, I'm glad that you were able to come by. The Hetter, is it Hetter or Helter? Helter. I'm glad you were able to come by and poke your nose in and say hi, man. It's good to see you. Favorite band or song? What should I put for tonight? Just because, you know, I mean, I guess what I will put is Rainy Day Dream Away by Hendrix off of Electric Ladyland. But, you know, if you ask me to borrow, you're going to get a different answer. I wonder if that one over there is Radar. Yep, it sure was. Okay. So is that one something Taker? No? Oh no. Okay, I can't make any more mistakes. What is that one there then? 8 EIGHT. Okay. And then hater. My goodness. That took a minute for me to get, didn't it? All right, well, at least I got them all. That's all right. Let's go there. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Oh, yeah, there you go, James. Hello. Well, what time is it? Oh, my goodness, I was going to kick it off at 1:15 too. Well, see? There we go. Hang on, I got to clear my throat. All right, let's have some more tea. Man, you and the timer, Rob. Oops, I'm in the wrong window again. Come on, Bill. Get your hacks together. Here we go. All right, let's do another one of these. Let's see. I want to do... Oh, where does that text thing go here? All right, so I think this is one I used before, and I don't remember whether somebody suggested it or if I came up with it myself. But, well, actually, let's go backwards. Point Dream Husky was another one. Point Dream Husky. All right, let's see what that gets us. What does chicory taste like? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can see why people suggest it as a coffee substitute. I mean, it's got some bitter nature to its flavor, and it's kind of a brownish color, and it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a very good person when it comes to, like, describing flavors and bouquets of things or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. The only thing I could say is just try it. Wait, okay, so Parker says a history of rock. Wait, so when Bill Crosby. Oh, man. Bill Crosby. That's just funny. Yeah, it tastes like chicory, right? Well, Random Productions, I play these sorts of games probably way more than I should. Okay, anyway, let me get back over to here again. So close, right? Oh, man. So I'm going to say that one, it looks like that's going to be harsh, maybe. Yep, okay. Which means that one's going to be a rose. And demon, is that what that one is? Demon. And pinch, maybe? P-I-N-C-H. Okay. Spec, I think. Croc, I guess, huh? Oh, it's going to be clock then, isn't it? That's funny. It amuses me when they end up like that with like something like clock next to croc. Is that apnea, I guess? Apnea. There we go. And here, let me move this out of the way for a minute. Like that. Okay. That's that. Oh, no, don't do that. All right. Here we go. So what's another set here? I just did Point Dream. Okay. Rote Plain Sucky. I think I came up with Rote Plain Sucky, but maybe somebody suggested that. Rote Plain Sucky. All right. That one could be money. It could be honey. So that's probably could be other things too, but those just pop up. I don't know if I like this combination. Oh, that could be ebony too, couldn't it? Twang, I'm going to say is what that one down there is. Yep, okay. So it's Ani, so ebony, I think. I'm going to try that. Okay, what do you know? Teddy, maybe? Okay, and I don't see what that one is with A, C, and T. I don't know, I'm not seeing it. Oops, hang on, I got my text thing in the way here. Oh, no, stop doing that. Okay. Wait, hang on, what does this say? Yeah, okay. I'll buy that description, Matthew. That's fine. Hey, Armand. Okay, so sending it to me, you could send it to me any number of ways. You could, if you want, you could go to my Facebook page. Actually, you could post it directly there to the feed if you want, or send it to me on either the Facebook or Instagram. I don't know. You could send me messages there. People send me messages there all the time. Also, I think you can get my the Bill MaxVoxPax email off my channel. But if anyways, I'll just tell it to you. You could email it to Bill, so BILL .MaxVoxPax, you know, the MaxVoxPax. So bill.maxvoxpax@gmail.com. And any of you guys can send me email there anytime you want. That's just the email for the channel. You know, and I'm not that, I mean, I get a bunch of crap mail there all the time. But, so yeah, I don't mind, you know, you guys sending me messages or stuff there, that's fine. I mean, I get a lot of emails, so if I don't respond to you right away, I mean, you're probably going to get a better response off a comment or a faster response. But I'll be looking out for this one for Dylan, so of course I'll, you know, I will make sure that gets done. Wait, hang on here. Well, I appreciate that you dig that I'm a calming person, man. Random Productions. No, that's fine, Dylan, man. Right on. I'm looking forward to it. All right, what am I doing over here? Where am I at? I don't know what this one is. I don't even, my brain is just drawing a blank completely on that. What do we have over here? This could be Valor, VALOR. I'm going to try that. Valor, what, you know. Or it could be Molar, couldn't it? I'm going to say Molar. What do you know? Match, I think, is what that one is now that I see the M. And oh, cream, right? Or creme, or however you want to say that. Image. All right, I'm just left with the very first one. What is this going to be? Something offer. What do you know? All right. I think I've done all the ones. All right, I'll do two more because there's two that I've just done kind of occasionally here. Anyways, Artsy Women Build, and then, of course, Cushy Joint Freak. So let's do Artsy Women Build. All right, that's going to be Lemon, isn't it? And that one's going to be Quite. And Quash. And I wonder if that one is Fifth. Yep, there you go. I don't know if that one is. I'm going to say Ninny just for the hell of it. No, it's not Ninny. I wonder what it is. Pinky? Maybe? I'll come back to that. Glide. And what do I have over here? Shift, I think. And this one is Patio. So what is this one going to be? Inky? Kinky? What do you... That's great. Okay. All right. Let's do, Cushy Joint Freak. And then I'll take a look at the timer and see. Okay, I'll do this in two things here. So Rational, I'll give you just a brief breakdown of what the game is here. Okay, so it's if you've ever played Wordle, you're just trying to guess a 5-letter word. Actually, here I'll just, well, no, I'm fine. I've already started here. So you see I've got 3 words up. So all I'm doing is I'm playing like 8 wordles at the same time. So it's not, you know, I know a lot of people go, oh my goodness, it's not that big a deal really. You just get used to it. But okay, so when you guess words, if you get a letter and it turns it green, that means you have the correct letter in its correct position. So it's a bit like code breaker, right? And if it's yellow, it means that it's in the word, you just haven't put it in the right spot yet, right? So you're trying to, instead of colors, it's letters. Of course, there's 26 of them, right? So it's, you know, but the good news is it's not just any random arbitrary combination, right? That has to be words. So anyway, so given that information, that's what you're trying to figure out. And anyway, and this one looks, what is this going to be? Sheep, maybe? No. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Apostate Mike, how's it going? All right, cool. I'm glad I was able to help make that some sense. Anyway, as to Random Productions' question about the future of the channel, my main thing now is really just to make sure that I can keep this. I kind of have this schedule that I've been trying to do and maintain, where I put out a video every 3 days, and it's kind of and I, you know, a couple of times got behind and whatever. But I'm starting to get to the place where I'm getting ahead of the game, and I'd like to be able to get way ahead so that I could set aside time to work on the music channel and my vlog channel. But as this one is the one with the biggest fan base and subscribers and all of that, and it's actually monetized, right? The other two aren't even monetized right now. It seems that, you know, the idea is I should get this one really humming along. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be basically a big part of what I'm going to be doing is, which obviously I don't know how much of that will be apparent to you guys because it'll be mostly behind the scenes. But as far as stuff you guys will see, Mind Test is now, I mean, it was off its very, you know, virgin run. It, you know, got hit out of the park, right? I mean, so that's going to be a permanent feature now. And it's not going to be, I was going to have it just be part of gameplay, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, part of the rotation. And now it's going to be its own monthly thing now. So I'm going to be doing, yeah, well, let's, you know, here, let me switch over to the other thing here. I can leave this alone. Who cares? I don't really, it doesn't matter to me if I put it. Let's go over to here. Let me go move this. I don't need this right now. I don't even need this for the rest of the night. That's fine. Which means I don't need this for the rest of the night. I can close that. That can stay behind that. And anyway, so let me go to my other thing here where I have my list of stuff. Okay, so I have this idea of cycling through stuff. I did talk a little bit about this stuff on the you know, the annual report, but I'll go ahead and repeat it just because it's fine. I don't mind. You know, it just gives me something to babble out on, right? I mean, anyway, so not necessarily in this order, but this is just sort of the way I have the order on this thing for me to, you know, be organizing myself. So there's going to be NNSBB, one of the kind of solitaire things where I use the camera pointing down, so like backgammon, or where I play myself 21, or where I just play solitaire, or, you know, any of those types of games. There'll be one of those. There'll be a sequence which I'll either do a countdown or one of those wordless things or something like that. That one may pop in and out depending on, you know, like if you know, if I decide to do an extra of something else, that might be one of the ones that gets lost. Triggers, I think I'm going to be doing at least one trigger video in per cycle of these, you know, this list, just because the trigger videos people seem to like them. And so right now I've just been focusing and just kind of cycling through brushing, tapping, crinkling. I'm going to try to think of some other stuff to add to the list of that too, but so there'll be that kind of going on. I'm not going to do 2 readings anymore. So I'm going to set aside Goethe for the moment and just focus on Nettie and Becky. And then, because the readings just haven't, people just don't seem to like them that much. And so there's, that's fine. I have other stuff I can make. So if you want to watch something else, I'll make something else. I want to try to start doing one sort of guided relaxation or meditation within this cycle. One arbitrary whisper where I try to just whisper all the time. And of course, gameplay. And then a miscellaneous, whatever, where I just babble about whatever that stuff. And then now added to that, which I'll go ahead and do right now so I can just make sure I have it added to my list, is going to be mind test. And there we go, mind test is on there now. So I'm going to try to do, and again, it's not going to be in that order every time, right? It's just, roughly one of each of those things will happen, and then I'll cycle through them again. And so that's, so I think I'm going to try to keep it roughly on kind of a monthly schedule like that, because that just seems to be, I don't know, to me conceptually in my head and trying to organize it for myself, it seems to make sense. Links to the other channels do not work as much. I'm not sure I understand what you mean the links don't work as much. Like the links themselves are somehow not working properly, or I don't know. I'm not sure I see what you mean. Oh, as far as like, yeah, I've been, yeah, thanks. I think I've been trying to figure out when I should, release it, so to speak. The videos are just going to get released. Well, like I said, I want to try to get like a month ahead of time if I can, you know what I mean? And I'll just do them in chunks as I make them. I'll, upload whatever. But the live stream, yeah, it seems like, Tuesday, Wednesday. What did I do it this week? Was it Wednesday? Well, whatever. It's going to stay like that more or less. At 3 Monks in a Tub does not link to the channel. Interesting. It just shows up as just plain text. That's interesting. Is that on all the descriptions, or? That's weird. I want to give me a quick sec. I want to go try something very quickly, just because now you have me wondering what's going on. I want to see if it's broken for me as well. Here, I should just do this, shouldn't I? Here, let me just get rid of that. Go away. You might as well see it, what the hell I'm doing here, right? Let me go back to here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's just pick this video. Well, let's pick this one. I don't know. Why not? I don't care. I want to hear myself. Screw you. Go away. Okay, 3 Monks. You're right. 3 Monks in a Tub is just, and so is this one. Interesting. Have they always been that way? I wonder why that is. All right, I'll have to look into that. That's very strange. Well, thanks for letting me know. Hey, Tom's British ASMR. It's good to have you drop by. I think everything is going okay for me. I hope everything is going well for you. And yeah, well, I'm glad you dropped by. Anyway, so let me. I guess I'll get back to this for a minute. Well, I'll see what I can do about that link thing, but. Well, thanks for coming by, Random Productions. I hope to see you in a future stream. Astrio312, hi, how's it going? What is this? What do you think this is? Floss? Floss? Should that be what I put in there? And what is that one going to be? Fever, or fever or fewer? Let me see, what do I have? I have 6 to get 5. Is there anything else it could be other than fever or fewer? Alright, it doesn't matter, I think, okay. Yeah, see, that always happens to me. Doesn't matter which one I pick, it's always the wrong one. So, mulch, maybe? No, alright. I can't do this one. I've run out of, I don't have enough. Mary. And what is that one there? Photo. And I didn't make cyber. Alright. Alright, that's, that was a bad way to end that. So let me. Hey, user47, how's it going? So do I want to, what is that going to be? Canon maybe? Is that what that is down there? And alright, I'm going to put in plum. Let's see what this gets me. Well, clamp, alright, that's a good bit of something. That's probably Billy. Tribe. I don't see what that other one there is. I don't know. What is that one over there? It's BLA. Oh, blast. I'm going to try Canon, right? Canon? Is that not the way to spell that? Might. Scoop, I guess. And outgo. What do you know? Now, what does the timer say? We have some tea here. I think it's time to switch to. Let's get this back here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just leave that there like that. Let's switch to this. Okay, let's. So let's do. I'm going to start with brushing. Okay. Just going to start here where I talk and brush into the same microphone at the beginning here anyway. And the craft brush, brushing on the AKGs. Alright, so now I'm going to go switch over to the other one over here now. So, brushing on the microphone while I speak into the same microphone. Not really saying anything of any real importance, but just babbling, blah 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 blah. Catatonic. How's that? Hey Brian, how's it going, man? Catatonic. Oh, what is that C word phrase? I want to go find that. I think I put that here. Is it this one? Yeah, here we go. So, catatonic, catacombs, constantly cater to captivating creatures. Thanks, Mike. Catatonic, catacombs, constantly cater to captivating creatures. Now I'll brush over there while I speak over here and I say catatonic, catacombs, constantly cater to captivating creatures. Okay, let's go over here and do it this way. Catatonic, catacombs, constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic, catacombs, constantly cater to captivating creatures. Categorically. Do I paint? No, not really. I have this for, what did I buy this for? I just ended up using it for odd craft projects for, I don't know. Oh, I bought it to brush glue on the, because on my Rickenbacker, if you've ever been to Three Monks in a Tub, that's my music channel, you've seen my Rickenbacker, because that's the guitar I use. Anyway, it is a long story, but I have it a custom pick guard on it essentially, and I made it myself, and it's clear plastic. And what I did is I printed a really groovy fractal onto some printer paper, whatever. But what I did is I glued it color towards the plastic. You know what I mean? And I don't remember what I used. I used something like Mod Podge or something like that. Something that would dry clear. As it when it's cured on the image to the plastic, and it worked fine. Anyway, so I bought the brush to apply the glue. I think I ended up diluting the glue with water, I think, to get it to work the way I wanted it to be. But I don't know. It took some doing and a little trial and error, but I finally ended up with something I liked. So, but no, I don't really paint. I don't know. Maybe after I get really good at mind test, maybe that'll be the next thing I add. Well, let me ask you guys as an opinion. There's a thing I've been thinking about. It was actually, it's the thing I've been kind of rolling around in my head for a while. And it was suggested to me, actually, this is going to be odd. This is the first time I've ever going to say this. It's been suggested to me by a patron, because I have Patreon now. I wonder if that link doesn't work either. Interesting. I didn't think to try the other ones, I guess, maybe. Anyway, he wondered if I ever might consider reading stuff of a more adult nature. And I don't remember what he suggested, but it was a fairly current work or recent work. And I'm not going to do things like that just because I don't want to get into the whole copyright nonsense, especially with spoken word books and that kind of thing. Like with music, you can do things, and if you significantly do things and you're not really using the recorded element that they did, you can call it a cover, and you can do that, but they can take money off of you doing it, right? You know what I mean? Actually, I use GIMP, which is a graphic, what does it stand for? Graphic image manipulation, I don't know, program. Actually, I think it's new because it's part of the new stuff, the GNU. I don't know, I might consider something like that, but that's going to have to be, you know, a ways down the road. What was I saying? I was saying catatonic catacombs constantly cater to captivating creatures. There's a code breaker video with GIMP. Is there a code? I mean, one of my code breaker videos has GIMP inside of it. I mean, I guess I could show you guys GIMP. You know what I mean? Well, here I might as well. Why not? Let's see how this goes. Because I can just say, let me add. Oh, you know what I need to do? I forgot this for a second. Let me do this. Where's it at? Come on now, find it. There it is. It's the new image manipulation program. That's what it stands for. And here's GIMP. And let me do this. I'll do a window capture. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Window capture. There you are, right here. And I'm going to say a new one. I'll just say all this miscellaneous. That way I could reuse it and just assign it to a different window. I want to do it to, here we go, this one. There we go. Do the curvature as well. Okay. And here, hang on, let me do this. Let's move you down. Okay, now let me move it up there. Actually, you know, here, let me do this. I want to do this. Now let me even do this here, because I don't need it to be all that big. Come on, you. Boink. Hey, and maybe I should do it the other way. Let me do it this way. Here. Let's make you big. I'm sure this is really exciting for you guys to watch me fiddle around with this nonsense. Now that's fine. That's good enough to. Let's make this rare. Just it doesn't want to snap in. Come on, you idiot. Whatever. It'll be what it is. And then let me do this. Actually, you know what? Here, let me do this. I'm going to ditch this. Yes. Let me do it this way. This would be the, I should have just done it this way from the beginning. Let me go to here. Let me do this. Let me do this. There. Boink. Okay, now let's do this. And there we go. Now you can see GIMP. Let me go open some things you can. Come on, you. Let's look at this here. All right. Well, see, there you go. That's a background thing. I've been setting up a thing. I'm thinking I'm going to try and maybe send my live streams to Twitch at the same time. Anyway, so this is GIMP, right? You know what I mean? It's a graphic program. I'm going to go ahead and ditch it because, so let's go ahead and make this go back to the other window. Come on, you. That's not what I want. Here we go. That's the one I want. Here we go. Okay. Let's go to here. Let's go to there. Let's go ahead and kill GIMP. Let me go back and get this. I That's insane. All right, I don't need the text file. Well, I'll keep that up because I'll forget the phrase. I don't need this one. Okay. What am I going to do now? Let's go back to the other window. I'm so disorganized. How do you guys tolerate me? Anyway, here we go. Wow, you know, no, I don't know, dude. I always make my own art out of, you know, if I need resources, I go to, I just type in, you know, public domain image or something like that, and there's a gazillion sites that you can go search for, and you kind of have to hunt, but yeah, that's what I end up doing. But, you know, I don't have a problem with AI being used by people. My problem with AI is when people use it to deceive people or manipulate things in such a way that it's going to be oppressive or, you know, that kind of thing. Like when people try to use AI to make music rather than compose music themselves just because they want to have material to put up, that disgusts me. You know, it's like, man, art is supposed to be people making stuff for other people. It's not supposed to be some commodified, you know, like some little trinket that gets churned out of some factory that some weird fat cat has, you know, done, you know, in someplace in Southeast Asia where the people, they put the chain link fences in so that they can't jump out of the windows. It's so horrible. You know what I mean? They just, anyway, let's get off that nonsense. Oh, you know, I never thought about that. Yeah, there is a lot of backlash against the whole AI thing, isn't there? I'm going to go back to talking more softly. Hey, Matthew. Thanks, man. That is super, super generous. Everybody give 3 cheers for Matthew on his way home or out or wherever. But anyway, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I do a lot. Anyway, so thank you, Matthew. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. There you go. Man, I got to come up with something better to do than just, you know, some silliness like that. Well, let me see, because I have my meters are looking pretty good over here. Let me see what I have here on the... I could do this. Let me try this. How is that? Is that sufficiently raised up? I could push the gain a little bit more. How is that on the noise level, though? Because it looks like it's bringing up the noise floor a little bit. I don't really want to have too much noise floor going. And how is that changing if I get really up close and try to do the proximity effect stuff? Is that too loud? Is it too loud if I'm doing this? It seems, I don't know, the meters are getting up into the yellow. What does everybody else think about that? Is everybody enjoying the improved or increased gain setting? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this thing then. Okay, good. Okay, well, you know what? I think that's going to be enough for brushing for the moment. Let me have some more of my tea, which is getting cold now. But actually, it's tea only in the fact that it's a steeped beverage. It's actually peppermint. Man. All right. Sounds good. Okay, thanks, Dylan. Oh, all right. So that's enough of the brush for the moment. Well, actually, I'll do one little more thing with the brush because it'll be a good transition. Is I'm going to do brushing on the end grain of the wood because I quite like this noise. I mean, I think it's a little bit softer than some of the other noises, but I really like it. You know, I should probably do it the other way here so that you guys hang on. What did you first started? When I first started YouTube, I just watched videos, and that was my W.C. Postman channel. That was the first channel I had because it was, you know, I just consumed videos. But when I decided I was going to make ASMR, I actually made Bill MaxVoxPax specifically for that purpose. So this channel was always going to be an ASMR channel. But when I first joined YouTube, it was actually, I first joined YouTube because I had I guess, was it a Blu-ray box? It was either a DVD or a Blu-ray box that I had a while back. And it came with the smart internet hookup. It was an early device that started doing that, and it was, excuse me, I was using it actually because it was this weird thing. Netflix was on it, and I actually had an account with Netflix back when they sent you discs back and forth. Anyway, so I could watch discs or stream certain things, but only certain things were streamable, and it was a whole weird thing because it was a while back. Anyway, there was a YouTube thing on that, and I clicked it once out of curiosity, and I wasn't all that impressed. I was like, yeah, whatever. And, you know, it just seemed like silly nonsense. You know, it's like, whatever, people make videos, and people watch videos that people make. I don't care, whatever, have fun. I'm just not that interested. But then somebody sent me a link, and I don't remember what it was about. But then there was another video that, after watching that, there's another one. It's like, hey, this is an interesting thing. And it ended up being some lecture on a particular aspect of set theory that reminded me of stuff that I studied at school, and it was being put on by like the University of Oslo or something like that. It was an actual lecture by some, you know, noted mathematician. You know, I don't remember who it was, but I was like, wow, this is on YouTube for free. This is crazy. So I actually started watching YouTube, and then I accidentally came across the young woman. It was, you know, when they were doing whisper videos, when you just saw their face like this much, or not that like this, right? You know, from their, like their nose down to their like that, right? And that's, you know, and they're just talking into a microphone. And, yeah, anyway, so I discovered that, and it was like, because I thought I was the only person on the planet that experienced ASMR. And so I came, but we called them whisper videos, or, you know, tapping videos, or, you know, it was just whatever the specific trigger was. And I don't remember the woman's name that came up with ASMR, but that was all. Well, it was before 2012, you know, because you know, it had been going on for a minute when I finally got up and started my channel. And I didn't get up the nerve to start up my channel until after I gave up drinking. It was kind of a, I don't know, it seemed too silly or whatever to me at the time, and then after I gave up drinking, I needed something to do, you know, with my energy and time. And so that, you know, it sort of, things just sort of merged, you know, and well, here we are. Well, and then YouTube pissed me off, and I decided to monetize my channel, so. Well, and then, you know, other things happened. My health got bad, and I needed something to do, you know, not just for time, but also for money and all of that, so. You know, the world happens, right? Oh, hang on, here we go. Yeah, that's right, Parker. Yeah. Have I watched any foreign language films? Yeah, a few. I like quite a bit of the Hong Kong stuff, I guess. You know what I mean? Like one of my favorite movies is House of Flying Daggers, and then of course I like all the stuff with Jet Li. You know, like Hero and what is it? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and seems like there's another one I'm forgetting. Those are kind of the big three, I think, aren't they? Seems like there's one I'm blowing off. Anyway, so I like those types of movies. I like Das Boot, you know. I've seen some of the, what's that guy, Jacques Tete or whatever, 60s, 50s or 60s stuff, like Mon Oncle, whatever, that kind of crap. I shouldn't call it crap. So yeah, I've seen a bunch of, foreign language films. And oh, here's a, wait, hang on, did it? Also, back in the 80s, right, they made this movie called Breathless with Richard Gere, and he was like this roguish guy, and it was just, whatever. And, it was fine. It was, whatever. But it was sort of a remake cover sort of thing of a French film. And I remember seeing the one with Richard Gere and kind of, well, it was fine. That was pretty okay. And then I saw the French version. I was like, no, that's a zillion times better. The American version just didn't quite get the thing, at least in my opinion. Carell, who is that? That's Fassbinder, I think, directed that. Is that right? Werner Fassbinder. It's from Genet's book, Carell. It's there's all kinds of stuff going on in it, an existential, whatever you want to call it. But it's also, there's a fair amount of homoerotic element in it. So if that kind of thing bothers you, you're not going to want to watch that movie. But, if it doesn't bother you, then it's a really, really fantastic movie visually, and the story is pretty compelling. It's just if two men kissing is going to bug you, then you don't want to see it. Okay, let's do some tapping on the wood. What do you think? Yeah, since you were 4, that's crazy to think of, you know what I mean? Oops. Because I think about that, right? So from 4 to 16, to me, when I think back on that stretch of time, because you're changing, you're going through so drastic a change. That 12 years at that point in your life, obviously, right? It seems like so much more than 12 years now. But well, I like a lot of old Disney animation. Ghibli, yeah, a little bit. But I like anime. Well, I mean, I'm not a devotee of it or anything like that, right? I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I've watched, Actually, I just was watching one, what's it called? It's on, my dad has that bundle, Hulu, Disney, Marvel thing. It's like a bunch of things all in one thing. And he has like a thing where he can have it on multiple devices or whatever, and he had a spare slot, so I get to use it, Anyway, there's this thing, it's called, Dun Da Dun, right? I mean, it's, I think it's D-A-N, D-A-D-A-N, right? But I think it's supposed to be like Dun Da Dun, like that, right? It's pretty weird, but I like it. It's, it's this 2 teenagers, a guy and a girl, and she's a kind of a cute girl, and he's kind of a nerdy guy, and, there's this whole, they're different personalities and whatnot. Anyway, so it's, it's one of those things where, it's like it's the unlikely friend thing, you know what I mean? And, of course, since they're one's male and one's female, then there's the whole sexual tension thing, of course, that's going on. And I don't know, it's amusing. I like that kind of stuff. What did I watch? I've seen a bunch of them with my nieces and nephews. I don't always remember the names of them, but... Oh, I love One Punch Man. One Punch Man is one of that. I really, really, really like One Punch Man. That's really good. I know a lot of people didn't dig the second season, but man, I mean, I don't know. I love One Punch Man. I love the whole concept of it. I love the storytelling of it. I love the art of it. It's just the whole thing just really, it's right up my alley, man. Oh, well, Tom, I'm glad that, it was, I mean, I'm sorry to hear that your friend is, well, unwell or in discomfort or, whatever the best description of the situation is. But I wish them speedy recovery, and, man, that sucks, man. I didn't know that Don to Don was all that popular. It just came up in the, because I watched something else before. I can't think of what the name of it was. But it was one of those like magical girl ones. What's the name of that genre? It's just magical girl, but I think there's like a Japanese name or word for it too. I like some of those. Sometimes they're kind of lighthearted, and they make you feel good at the end because, I don't know. I just like I don't know. Those magical girl ones always seem to end on a positive thing, and there's always a lot of encouragement, and I don't know. The whole thing about them seems pretty good to me. I like them. What was I watching? I've seen Death Note. That was a long time ago. Oh, I like Popoton. That's kind of a weird one. I think it's like, I think Tanpopo is the word in Japanese for dandelion, but it's these three, well, it's four girls actually, three sisters and this other kind of, well, whatever. She's the maid, but she's like their security or something too. It's like strange. But oh yeah, I actually just started watching Invincible. I mean, I haven't been like watching it, binging it or anything like that. But I've watched like an episode here and there. It's got some pretty dark elements to it, doesn't it? Doro Hidoro? Okay, I might check that out if I remember. I never got into Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I can't say that I dislike it. I just haven't started it. That one and One Piece, although I've seen a couple of episodes of One Piece and I found it kind of interesting. I just haven't ever, or Naruto either. Oh yeah, I do love The Last Airbender. I actually have the first book on DVD. Yeah, Aang and the whole yip yip and the whole freaking thing, man. I really, really like the Last Airbender, and it's a really nice. I mean, in some ways, it's kind of a oversimplification, right? The four things, right? The earth, air, water, fire. But it kind of matches with this whole weird traditional sense of the elements that is kind of a common human thing, and I don't know. It just seems to kind of the storytelling in it is really, really good. So the Kai version, okay. Oh, I finally. I mean, I've seen the 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 uh, the whole Airbender sequence. I just only own the first book. I got it as a gift one Christmas. But I've seen the whole with what's the Fire Lord. I can't think of his freaking name. I can't think of any of the names right now except for Aang. But what's the uncle? Was it Iroh or something like that? And he's the. I guess he's the brother of the freaking Fire Lord or whatever. I like that dude. Well, clearly he was written to be likable, wasn't he? He always wants, what is it, just Jasmine tea. He's always after his freaking Lord Ozai, right? Yeah, thank you. No, well, I have seen like one or two episodes of the Legends of Korra, um, but it was showing somewhere. Something happened and I lost access to it somehow. I don't remember what was going on or why. Anyway, so I stopped watching it for a minute and then I just never picked it back up. Uncle Iroh, yeah. I really, really like that show. And oh, what's his Aang's friend? That's the Earthbender King guy. It's the goofy guy. And there's that whole episode where he has them doing these challenges and it's like, and they're sliding through the whole weird delivery system and the whole, and everything. Yeah. Boomy, right. Man, I'm sure I've messed up remembering stuff in a lot of ways, but because it's been so long since I've seen it. But I did like it a lot. When I was a kid, although we didn't call it anime back then, we just called them cartoons. But there was, of course, Speed Racer, and one was called Marine Boy, which was really, really cool, which I really liked. He ate this weird gum or something that allowed him to breathe underwater. And I think he had this like friend that was like a dolphin or something. I don't remember what was going on with that. Man, that was a long time ago. I mean, this is like, 50 plus years ago. Oh, how's the time going? Okay, still have a half hour left. Oh, I haven't done any crinkling, have I? Or the jar. That's funny, Nasal Penny. Okay, I'm going to move to, I'll just do a little bit of the jar, because the last few times I've done it, makes the muscles in my forearm that move the fingers get tired. I don't know. Which one's your favorite trigger, the tapping on the wood or the jar? I wonder what I did the lid to this. I don't see the lid. I must have misplaced it somewhere. Not that it's the end of the world. I mean, almost never use it for anything else but this now. The wood is pretty good. Okay, that's good. I like that. The wood is pretty good. The wood is pretty good. We could probably make a riff out of that. Okay, see, it's already starting to get my hand tired. Let's do crinkling. Okay, and I didn't put them back in the bag, so they're all over here just in a pile from last week. So okay, so where do we want to start? Let's start with the big bag, because then I'll put things in it as I go. How's that? I like this one. Oh, that wood is pretty good. I didn't think about it from that standpoint. That's what she said. That's pretty hilarious. I haven't heard it good. That's what she said in a zillion years. And that one was pretty good. I guess. Probably more rustling. A little bit more of a rustling thing, really, than a crinkling thing, but nonetheless, I like the sound. VHSU, yeah. We have talked about it already, but I don't mind repeating it. The mind test video has done so well, has been received so well. My initial plan was to make it just be part of my gameplay rotation, right? I mean, like I do Codebreaker, I do Octurtle, sometimes I do Sokoban, that kind of thing. So I thought I'd just put it into there. But everybody likes it so much, or so many people like it so much, I shouldn't say everybody, but that it's going to be its own thing now. So you're probably going to get one of those a month. I'm not going to upgrade. I don't know that I think about it as an upgrade, frankly, but I'm not going to move to Minecraft because it's I can't play it without paying Microsoft, and I don't like Microsoft. But I think, and again, I don't really know because I only have superficial understanding of the game because I made a decision that everything that I do with that game going forward is you guys will see. It's like I won't watch YouTube videos or do tutorials or anything except for what I record, so I may edit out content, like if I had somebody else's video or something, and it's not appropriate for me to, show to you guys or whatever, but, I might, but it'll be obvious what's going on when I'll make it clear how I edit it, but, what's going on, but, I don't know, I just think it'd be fun to take you guys on for the ride from zero to hero. Well, sorry to bore the rest of you just again, but I'll just give them the basic strategy here. I shouldn't say, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to, for the first few, at least one more, probably a couple more videos, I'm just going to wander around the world some more, just to see, what's around, how many different biomes is there, maybe are there, I don't know. Because I basically seen kind of woodsy, foresty sort of area, and I don't know if I'd really call it a forest, but yeah, I guess there's some woodland a little bit or whatever, but and then the beachy sort of sandy area. That's all I've seen, but. You know, I might look into GeoGuessr. I've seen other people play it. I don't think I'd be that good at it, but I might give it a go. I might try that sometime. Let's move to the next one. Let's put this one into that one. Oh, one thing I watched, because you guys always ask me about things I watch, and you know I don't often watch things. But it's been just recently. I watched, what was it called? It was something like Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, I think. It's part of the Marvel Universe thing. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. Oh yeah, there'll be more tapping. They've already had a little bit, Ditch. Oh, you know, I think somebody did recommend Balatro. Is that how you say it? I think I looked into it. There's some reason why I wasn't going to proceed. Maybe it wasn't available on Linux, or maybe there's not a free version, or something like that. Yes, I run Pop! OS. Well, $10 I realize is maybe not a lot of money, but I'm a pretty broke guy, so I have a lot of other priorities for the moment, so... But I also don't want to heap on too many games, you know what I mean? I don't know that I want to turn this into only gaming, you know. It is, in fact, an ASMR channel, you know, so I don't mind including the gaming as part of that, but... Okay, let's do... the snack wrapper. Crinkling the snack wrapper. Why do I run Linux? I find it to be secure and stable, and it's a better user experience for me. I haven't used Mac in a gazillion years, but I never really... Mac and I just never... Wow, that really blasted the mic there. I wonder what happened. Commodore 64. That's crazy. That takes me back. Yeah, when I was looking into, I really like pop. It's, but when I got this machine, my dad bought it, and I won't go into the whole story about it. But anyway, when it was being shopped for, it was going to be a Linux machine. That was, we knew that was what that was going to be. And initially, we were just going to buy a machine and install Linux ourselves because that's what we had done in the past, Because my dad and I were going to do a project together, which is, why I keep saying we. And it turns out that I just ended up having the machine for myself, basically. Wow, it keeps fucking just totally clipping sometimes. That's weird. This is a bad crinkle thing today. Anyway, my dad suggested that he would prefer that we just bought one that already had a system on it, just because of the, laziness factor, I guess, is part of it. But also that when you buy something like the way that we bought this, is you're also buying the support. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, Rich. But in any case, I looked around at, I don't know, we did a fair amount of shopping. And System 76 is who does Pop! OS, and they also made the machine. Alright, that's enough crinkling for tonight. I'm going to go back to the tapping since a couple of people now have mentioned that that's their jam. So let's do the tapping. And we'll do just a little bit of talking over here while I do that tapping over there. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a whisper over here for a quick sec. And I'll tap over there a little bit. And I'll whisper a little bit over here while I tap over there. Do a little bit of clicky noise. Some tapping over there, and I'll do some whispering over here while I do some tapping over there. whisper, 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 whisper. Oh, I forgot the phrase again. Let's bring up the phrase. Where did I put it? There's the text file. Here we go. Catatonic. Catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic. Catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. I don't know, do you guys hear that? My neck just clicked and grinded, and it sounds loud to me, but I don't know if it's ever really anything anybody else in the world can hear or not. Anyway, back to the phrase. Catatonic. Catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic. Catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic. Catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic catacombs. Here we go. But I plan on making any more. Yeah. I kind of have some ideas I'm rolling around in my head. I don't know which one will end up being the thing, so I don't want to say too much. But there should be an NNSB video coming out in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks maybe. Something like that. Let me look at my calendar schedule that I've got here. Nope, I don't want to look at March. I want to go back to this month. Okay. Yeah, there should be, right now I have an NSB scheduled to be filmed, edited, and up for you guys to see by the 25th, is its tentative scheduled release date. So, yeah, there will be more. There will be more NNSBB. And I'm glad you dig my work, man. Let's go back to the phrase again, yeah. Catatonic catacombs constantly cater to captivating creatures. Hey on 77. Catatonic catacombs constantly cater to captivating creatures. Catatonic catacombs constantly cater to captivating creatures. Infamous demon, do I play video games? That's funny because we've been talking a bit tonight about my most recent video before this stream, is me attempting to learn how to play Mind Test, which is sort of an open source alternative to Minecraft. And I don't know, I'm pretty clumsy and awkward because I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's the point. I'm starting from zero. So you guys will see me from having no idea about what to do to, you know, see how I learn and progress in the whole time. See what goes on with that. But otherwise I play, well, here, I mean, you've seen my gameplay videos, right? Like, here, I'll just shoot. I play like that kind of stuff all the time. I don't know, maybe I'll play one more just for shits and giggles, as it were. Yeah, you know, why not? Let me play one or two quick games at the end here real quick. Quick. I swallowed weird and it didn't almost some weird. Anyway, let's go over to here to this one. Let's move this over to here. Let's make sure I'm in that window. And 6 minutes and whatever, that's fine. We can do at least one game in that time. So what is that there? That's roach. That one's going to be radio, isn't it? Donor, excuse me. Probably what? Sting, probably. Crowd. I'm not sure. Prude. Okay. Silky. And what is Exile? Hey, what do you know? Yeah, I can even play another one of those. Anyway, so I like playing those types of games. I mean, I don't know if you count this as a video game. I guess it's more of a computer game than a video game, but I usually do these types of games more often than that or Sokoban. Often, oops. I don't know what that is at the end. Donut, maybe? Nope, the end isn't in there. Every could be that one there. Cured. No. Curve, isn't it? And charred. And still don't see what those are. That's over there, but what is this here? Yeah, it is going to be every. Pedal. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, metal, maybe. Okay, and oh, malt. And I've got one space to get one word, so what is this here? This is cagey. Anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to the tapping, I guess. Let's do some tapping. do the phrase a little bit more. I don't know. I really, really, really like this phrase. I'm probably going to bore you guys to tears with this eventually. Catatonic. Catacombs. Constantly cater to captivating creatures. Thanks, Infamous Demon. Hey, Lucas. Yeah, there's not much time left, but you know, I'm glad you could at least say hi. Well, you know, the thing with these types of games, should I just call you Infamous? Well, part of it is just familiarity, right? Getting used to, well, I'm good at that, like, code breaker, right? Which, you know, the whole color thing is, you know, kind of that, this is kind of a variation on that, isn't it? So that's kind of what drew me to it in the first place. And I'm really good at code breaker. I mean, I don't think I'm being immodest in saying that. I think it's just an observable fact. So this appeals to me, but it's really just about, it's more about exposure, experience, and just, you know, playing it. Slightly louder tapping, okay? All right, right on, Lucas. A little fishy. Do I ever play point and click puzzle type stuff? I'm not sure I follow what you mean. So I guess the short answer might be no. If I don't know what you mean, then I might just, you know. Do you mean like those kind of, what do you call it, like scavenger hunt games? My mom used to play these weird games where you're trying to collect these objects in these various places. You kind of go from room to room collecting objects and kind of solving puzzles and that kind of thing. I think there's usually like one big overarching mystery or something you're trying to solve or do or whatever, but then, you know, you have to go through it by all these various stages and steps or whatever. I never really played them. I just remember my mom playing them. I was kind of looking over her shoulder a few times just to, what are you doing, Mom? You know, that kind of thing. Oops, there goes the bell. Hang on, let me click it off. I'm not going to go running off just now. I'll tap for a few more minutes. Come on, you. Come here, come here, come here. Here we go. That's fine. You can just sit there. Well, you know what? Since that's the case now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do this. That way you guys don't have to see it, since some people were complaining about it being too bright for them. Mushroom crab. All right, that's cool. Thank you. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, Rich, but, you know, don't feel any pressure, man. I don't use TikTok for a couple of reasons. The main one being that I can't. I don't know why. I tried using I initially started trying to use TikTok in order to interact with Ailey, who's Air Light, who I've lost touch with. I have no idea how she's doing or anything. So I, you know, set up a profile or an account or whatever, and I went back and it wouldn't let me log in. So I was like, well, I guess maybe it's not liking my password or something or whatever. I don't remember exactly all the details of it, but it just wasn't working. And so then at some point I decided, well, let me just like start over. You know what I mean? And so it wouldn't let me make a new account because that email was already being used in another one. So then I tried to go back to use that email and then, change that password. Or, I mean, it's like it just wouldn't work. I just could not get through their login procedures. And, there was no clicking of help or anything that was going to, it was just, I just couldn't get it to work at all. And after what seemed like an excruciating long amount of time to try to get a frickin' app to work on a browser, you know what I mean? Because I don't do any of that stuff on the phone. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they expect me to use it on the phone, but I don't do social media on my phone at all. I use my phone to text people and to talk to them. That's it. I don't like the form factor of phones. I mean, they're incredibly useful, and I think their existence is fine. But as a device to use, I hate the form factor. I find it fiddly and annoying. Okay, we're going to wind this down now. I'm going to there's the end of the tapping. Hey Thea, how's it going? You're here just in time for me to kind of close out the evening. Okay, so now is the time if there's any last minute questions anybody has. You should pipe up and say them now, because otherwise I'm gonna let me get rid of this for the moment. Just get you out of the way. Boink, boink. All right, so I will wait until I can kind of make sure that everybody's, Okay, so I don't see any big time questions coming in. What is my favorite state in the USA? I'm going to say California because that's where I live. That's where I was born, and there's a lot of stuff here that's, I like California a lot. We have good weather. We have plenty of, geography that's interesting, and, Well, you're welcome, Dominator. I hope to see you in the next stream. You are very welcome, Lucas. Hey, Rational, thank you very much. That is super generous. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Everybody give 3 cheers on our way out for Rational. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate you guys. It's a symbiotic relationship, isn't it? I need to do this because it's, good for me, and I'd like to get back to the community, and obviously you guys are consuming the ASMR I'm creating, so it's all, it is a good and groovy thing, Anyway, thanks again, Rational. That's super generous. Well, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and call this a done stream for tonight. And I will see you guys either in the next video, because, here, I'll just do the quick thing, what's coming up. There's going to be a video out tomorrow that's a meditation. There's going to be, on Wednesday, there's going to be a crinkle video. And then on the next Saturday, there should be a sequence video. More mouth sounds. I don't know. I don't do mouth sounds very often. I don't know. I might try to figure that out. And anyway, so there you go. That's kind of what's coming up. And I will hope to see you guys all next week. Anyway. Oh, we need a word for anybody who wants to type it in. Now, you can't do it now because that's cheating. But this is for the people who are going to watch the replay. Today's end of the video secret word is pitbull. So if you're watching the replay and you put it in the comments in the replay, be the first person that says pitbull, and you'll get pinned to the top of the comments of the replay. Anyway, thanks, you guys. I appreciate all you showing up, and all of you guys for your generosity. And